Good morning, class. I am your teacher for today, and I am Teacher Joyce. Who am I again? Okay, very good. Teacher Joyce. So, Teacher Joyce wanted to know if you are ready to learn. Okay, that's good. So, let the learning begin.
But before we start, Teacher Joyce prepared a word of encouragement for you all. Let's all read. The only way to learn mathematics is to do mathematics. But before I share my thoughts about these words of encouragement, I would like to hear your thoughts and ideas first. Is that okay? Is there any one of you who would like to share their thoughts in our class? Always remember that there is no wrong answer, so don't be shy. Okay, thank you all for your amazing and wonderful thoughts and ideas about this quote. And now, it is my turn to share my thoughts. So for Teacher Joyce, this quote is very relevant for us as we learn mathematics, and I know some of you think about yourself that you are not good at mathematics, and I know it is very hard, am I right? But always remember, class, that the only way for us to learn is to do it, practice it, and work hard for it. So my purely advice to you, class, is just to continue even if it is hard and tiring. Just continue to strive, and eventually and finally, you will be able to achieve it in the near future that we will be having. Understood?
Our topic today is all about decimals. But before we jump into our main topic, which is decimals, let me introduce to you our subtopics for today. First, we have visualization of decimals. Second, changing decimals to fraction, vice versa. Third, place value and value of decimals. Fourth, rounding decimals. And fifth, comparing decimals. Sixth, addition and subtractions of decimals. And 7, multiplication of decimals. And last, we have the division of decimals. And to set our goal for today, our objectives are interpret and illustrate decimal concepts including place value, rounding, and conversion between decimals and fractions to strengthen their understanding. Perform accuracy of your narration such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division of decimals using appropriate computational strategies. And last, develop a positive attitude towards learning decimals and show perseverance in solving problems involving decimal operation in a real-life situation. And now, Teacher Joyce have a picture here. What can you say in the picture? A dot. Very good. Do you have any idea where we can see a dot? In a sentence. Very good. Next. Very good. In a receipt. Okay. We can find that picture whenever we go to the grocery in our receipt. That indicates the cents in our change, or what we call sukle. Am I right? Okay, thank you so much. And now it is the time to start our main topic, which is all about decimals. But what is the meaning of decimals? Decimals are the number that has a point after one's digit is called decimal numbers. These digits after ones denoted as tenths, hundreds, and so on can be changed or renamed into fraction form and vice versa. For you to be able to visualize where the decimal point, here is the example. The decimal point is placed after a whole number, which is the 0. And the decimal numbers are placed after the dot or the decimal point, which is the numbers 1, 2, 3. Understood? Okay, very good. So now, Teacher Joyce will teach you how to visualize decimals using blocks. For number 1 is 0.1. As you can see in the picture, the shaded part is the decimal number, which is 1, and the total number of blocks represents the place value of the decimal number, which is in the tens place, equivalent to 10 pieces of blocks. Understood? Okay, very good. The next example for number 2 is 0.5. As you can see also in the picture, the shaded part represents the decimal number, which is the number 5. And the number of blocks represent the tens place, equivalent to 10 pieces of blocks.
And now let's us all have another example. Now, how will we gonna answer when we have this kind of a picture? Do you have any idea? None. Okay, that's okay. When we have this kind of an example wherein there is a full shaded part of blocks, all you have to do is to express the full shaded part as a whole number, and the not full shaded part will represent the decimal number. So, the answer to this given picture is 1.3. Why? This explains that the equivalent of 10 full shaded part or blocks is 1 and the decimal number is 3. Remember what we've tackled earlier about decimal numbers and decimal points, wherein the whole number is placed right before the dot, or what we call the decimal point, and the decimal numbers are placed right after the decimal point. Understood? So now, Teacher Joyce would like to ask if you are now able to visualize decimals using blocks. Okay, very good. So now, let's jump into our new discussion or topic, what we called how do we read decimal numbers. Do you have any idea, class, on how we can read decimal numbers? Okay, none. Again, that is okay because Teacher Joyce will teach you how. So, when we read decimal numbers, the first thing we need to do is to read the whole number part first. And if the whole part is 0, then simply read the decimal part. Second, read the decimal point as end. Third, read the decimal place like whole number and affixing the place value of the rightmost digit. So Teacher Joyce have here 4 different decimal numbers. Can you help Teacher Joyce to read it? Okay, let's read the following decimal numbers using the place value chart. For number 1, we have 0.2. But we will not be reading 0.2 as it is, but let's proceed to the place value chart. In the decimal numbers, we have tens place, which is 2. So that we will read this number 1 as 2 tenths. Can you read it now? Again? 2 tenths. Very good. For number 2, we have 0.5. Again, we will not be reading as it is, but we will read it as 5 tenths. For number 3, we have 1.3. So as you can see, class, we have a whole number and a decimal number. So, a while ago, we read the direction on how we read decimal numbers, and based on that, we will read the whole number as 1 and the decimal point as end and 3 as it is number. So 1 and 3 tenths. Again, 1 and 3 tenths. Very good. Number 4, we have 2.7, and as we read it, we have 2 and 7 tenths. Again, we have 2 and 7 tenths. Are you now able to read decimal numbers? Very good.
So now let's jump into our discussion about how we can change decimals into fractions. So in changing decimals into fractions, the first thing you can do is make number 1 as your denominator and identify the place value of the rightmost digit of decimal numbers and multiply both numerator and denominator by it. Always change into lowest term. For you to be able to understand more, let's answer the following given. So, we have here a 0.5, 0.3, and 0.07 and 8.16. So, as we change these decimal numbers into fraction, 0.5 will be 5 over 10 or 1/2. So remember, always change into lowest term. The next number is 0.3, which is once we change into fraction form, we have 3/10 or 3 over 10. Understood? The next one is 0.07. So once we change it into fraction form, we have 7 over 100. Understood? Okay, very good. So now, on the last part, we have a whole number which is 8.16. So, Teacher Joyce, what will we gonna do once we have a whole number? So, the answer will be 8 and 16 over 100. Understood? Okay, very good.
And now let's proceed in changing fractions into decimal numbers. So it said here, all we have to do is simply divide the numerator by the denominator. And my example for this is 4 over 5 or 4/5. And as we divide numerator by the denominator, we will be having 0.8 as our decimal numbers. Did you understand how we convert or express fractions into decimal? Again, all we have to do in changing fractions into decimal is to divide the numerator or the upper number and the denominator or the lower number. Understood? Are you now able to change fractions into decimal numbers? Okay, very good.
And now, as you were able to change decimals into fraction and vice versa, let us now jump into our new topic about place value and the value of decimals. The place value is the value of the location of a digit in a number. The place values are determined by how many places the digit lies to the right or the left of the decimal point. And once we say the value of a digit is the product of that digit and its place value. Understood? So class, that is for your Teacher Joyce topic, and I hope you learned something today. Thank you so much.
Good day, everyone. I am Teacher Sam, and I hope you learned something new from Teacher Joyce. And now, we have our new lesson, which is rounding decimals. But before we start, please allow me to read first our learning objectives, which are solve decimal numbers through rounding, show willingness and confidence in solving decimal problems, use tools or written methods to accurately solve decimals exercises. So, are you ready to learn something? Great. Now, we have here rounding decimals. But before that, I have here a poem entitled The Rounding Poem. Babasahin ko muna siya, and after that, we will proceed to our discussion. So, may I read it? The rounding poem. Find your number, look right next door. 4 or less, just ignore. 5 or more, add 1 more. Again, find your number, look right next door. 4 or less, just ignore. 5 or more, add 1 more. Okay, so I think meron ka ng idea kung kung tungkol saan yung poem natin. So, ang poem natin is about sa kung paano tayo mag-solve or mag-round off ng decimal. Sabi dito, 4 or less, just ignore. 5 or more, add 1 more. So, i-apply natin kung ano yung nakalagay sa poem kapag tayo ay nag-solve na ng ating decimal. So, okay, we have here an example na. Round off to the nearest 1,000. And ang ating given number is 9.4738. So, we have here the step 1 and step 2. So, step by step nating ituturo kung ano nga ba or paano nga ba mag-round off ng decimal para mas maintindihan mo siya. So, para mas magets no, let's go to our solving sheet. Sabi dito, round 9.4738 to the nearest 1,000. Ang step 1 natin is find the place you need to round to. So, hahanapin natin kung ano nga ba or saan nakalagay yung kailangan nating i-round off. That's why sa ating solving sheet, meron tayo ditong table. Nakalagay dito ones, tens, hundreds, thousand, and 10,000. So, let's put here the number. So, 9, 4, 4, 7, 3, and 8. Okay, for ones, we have 9. For tens, we have 4. For hundreds, we have 7. For 1,000, we have 3. And 10,000s, we have 8. Sabi sa step 1, hahanapin natin kung saan nakalagay yung i-round off natin. So, since nalagay na natin siya sa table, nakita na natin kung ano ang equivalent ng place value na hinahanap natin. So, sabi dito, round it off to the nearest 1,000. And, ang katumbas ng 1,000 sa table natin is number 3. Okay. Dahil alam na natin kung saan nakalagay ang ating i-round off, let's proceed na sa step 2. Determine the digit to the right place you are rounding to. So, titingnan natin kung ano yung katabing digit nung hinahanap natin. So, meron na nga tayong 3 dito. Sabi kanina sa poem, look at the right. Titingin ka sa right side nung number na hinahanap natin. So, ang right ng number 3 is number 8. So, highlight natin ang number 8. Okay, we have the number 8. So, alam na natin. Ang 1,000 is 3 and ang katabi ng number 3 is number 8. So, dahil alam na nga natin kung ano yung mga value nila, ang place value, let's proceed now to the step 3. So, basahin natin. Step 3. If the digit to the right of the place you are rounding to is less than 5, round down that and copy all digits from the left up to the right of the place you are rounding to. However, if the digit to the right of the place you are rounding to is equal to or greater than 5, round down or add 1 to the digit in the place you are rounding to and drop all the digit to its right. So, medyo confusing. Hindi natin siya masyadong naiintindihan. I'll make it easier for you. Sabi kanina, tingnan natin, balikan natin ang number 8. Sabi kanina, kung yung katabing number is greater than 5, kailangan natin mag-add up. Kapag sinabi natin greater than 5, mas mataas siya sa 5. Kapag naman ang katabing number natin is less than 5, and ang ibig sabihin ng less than 5 is mababa sa number 5, kailangan nating mag-minus or magbawas. So, applicable dito ang subtraction and yung addition. So, tingnan natin dito. Number 8 ang katabi ni number 3. So, tingnan natin, ang 8 ba is greater than or less than 5? Okay, mas mataas si number 8 kesa kay number 5. Meaning, kailangan nating mag-round up. Tayo ay magdadagdag. So, ang gagawin natin, si 3, copy the number 3, and let's add the addition sign, and mag-add tayo ng isa. Kasi nga, si 8 is greater than 5. So, 3 plus 1, we have 4. Okay. So, yun na yun siya. As is na siya. So, after that, let's copy all the remaining numbers. 9, 4, 7. Okay. So, ano ng value ng 1,000 ngayon? Since nag-add up tayo, ang value niya na is number 4. So, 4. 9.474. So, check if tama ba yung sagot natin. Okay, so our answer is correct. 9.474. Are you following? Okay, thank you so much. Any question or clarification? None. Okay, so let's proceed to our next example. We have 0.7491. So round off to the nearest tens. So tens naman ang hinahanap niya. So going back, kailangan natin malaman kung ano ang place value ng number na hinahanap natin. So i-write down uli natin siya. 0, 7, 4, 9, 9, and 1. Number 1. Okay, so dahil nga na-plot na natin siya, for ones, we have 0. For tens, we have 7. For hundreds, we have 4. Thousands, we have 9. And 10,000s, we have 1. So, alam na natin siya. Ang hinahanap natin ngayon is tens. So, ang value ng tens is 7. Okay, so let's proceed to the step 2. Tingin sa right, sa kanan natin. Ang value ng nasa kanan ng 7 is number 4. So, we have here the number 4. So, let's proceed to this step 3. Aalamin na natin kung tayo ba ay mag-round down or mag-round up. So, dahil nga ang 4 ba is greater than or less than 5? Yes, it is less than 5. So, going back to the rule, kapag ang right number is less than, kailangan natin siyang mag-round down. Or pwede na siyang maging as is na. So, let's copy na lang the 0 and 7. Okay, so let's check if our answer is correct. Okay. 0.7. So if you have any questions or clarification, just leave it in the comment section and I'll try to answer it one by one. So let's proceed now to our third example. We have 2.4578 and round off to the nearest 100. So let's proceed to our solving sheet. 2.4578. So, ipa-plot natin siya sa table para makita natin or malaman natin yung correspond place value niya. So, we have 2, 4, 5, 7, and 8. And 8. Okay, now, let's read. For ones, we have 2. For tens, we have 4. For hundreds, we have 5. For thousands, we have 7. And for 10,000s, we have 8. So, ang hinahanap natin ngayon is the hundreds. So, ang correspond number ng hundreds dito sa table na ginawa natin is number 5. Number 5. So, that means ang i-round off natin is the number 5. So, dahil natapos na natin ang step 1, let's proceed to this step 2, which is kailangan tumingin tayo sa right place ng ating number para malaman natin if tayo ba ay mag-round up or mag-round down. So, ang katabing number ng 5 sa right niya is number 7. So, dahil nga tapos na tayo sa step 1 and step 2, let's proceed na to this step 3, which is i-identify na natin if mag-round up ba tayo or mag-round down. So, let's compare. Ang 7 ba is greater than or less than 5? Okay, it is greater than 5. Mas mataas siya sa number 5. So, kapag greater than, ang value na ang sign na gagamitin natin is addition. So, kapag addition, tayo ay magdadagdag. So, 5 plus 1, we have 6. Okay. We have the number 6. So, para makuha natin yung sagot, just copy the remaining numbers. And dahil nga ang 7 is greater than 5, mag-a-add up tayo and ang sagot natin is number 6. So, magiging 6 siya. So, we have 2.46. So, let's check if our answer is correct. Okay, our answer is correct. We have 2.46. Okay, are you following? Do you have any questions or clarifications? Okay, none. So, let's proceed to our fourth example, which is 0.810. And sabi dyan, round off doon natin siya sa nearest tens. Okay? Kailangan natin siyang i-round off to the nearest tens. Okay, kagaya ng step 1, again, i-plot natin siya sa table natin para madali nating ma-analyze kung ano yung correspond place value number ng hinahanap natin. 8, 1, 0. So, disregard this 1. Delete. Okay, disregard na lang natin siya. Okay. So, for ones, we have 0. For tens, we have 8. For hundreds, we have 1. And for thousands, we have 0 again. So, ang hinahanap natin is tens. So, ang correspond number ng tens is number 8. So, dahil tapos na tayo sa step 1, alam na natin kung ano yung corresponding place value ng nasa table natin. Let's proceed to the step 2. Again, ang step 2 natin, titingin tayo sa right number ng place value na hinahanap natin. At in this scenario, ang katabing number ng 8 is number 1. Okay, number 1. I-highlight natin siya. Number 1. Okay, yan. Number 1. Let's proceed to this step 3. Ang step 3 natin, is dito na natin malalaman kung tayo ba ay mag-round up or mag-round down. So again, kapag greater than, mag-add up tayo, mag-round up tayo. And kapag less than is mag-round down tayo. So ang 1 ba is greater than or less than 5? Okay, it is less than 5. Mas mababa ang 1 kesa sa number 5. So, ibig sabihin, ang sign na gagamitin natin is ang minus sign. Okay. Kapag minus sign, we are subtracting. Tayo ay nagbabawas. So, kagaya ng sinabi ko kanina, if you still remember, if the digit to the right of the place you are rounding to is less than 5, round down that and copy all digits from the left up to the right of the place you are rounding to. So, babalik tayo sa answer solving sheet natin. Sabi, kapag mag-round down tayo, i-copy lang natin yung mga nasa left side ng part ng number and ayun na yung magiging sagot niya. So, in this case, i-disregard natin ang hundreds and thousands. So, ang matitira na lang ang 0 and ang 8. Okay, so 0.8. So, that would be the answer. Always remember, kapag tayo ay mag-round down, kailangan lang natin i-copy kung ano yung mga natitirang numbers. And hindi na natin siya kailangan mag-subtract or mag-add. Just round it up, just round it down and copy all the remaining number. So let's check if our answer is correct. Okay, 0.8. So, do you have any questions or clarifications so far? Okay, none. And for our last example, we have 6.2438 and round it off to the nearest 100. So, kailangan natin siyang i-round off say 100. So, yan. 6.243 and 9. So, for ones, we have 6. For tens, we have 2. For hundreds, we have 4. For thousands, we have 3. And 10,000s, we have 9. So, ang hinahanap nating number is the hundred. So, ang correspond number niya sa table natin is number 4. Okay, now, let's proceed to the step 2, which is titingin tayo sa right side again. Sa right side uli natin. Tingnan natin, ang right side ng number 4 is number 3. So, ibig sabihin, kailangan na nating ipag-compare. Iko-compare natin if ang number 3 ba and number 5 is equal, greater than, or less than. Okay, so let's check. Ang number 3 ba is greater than, less than, or equal to 5? Okay, it is less than 5. So, ang magiging sign natin for this example is round down or the subtraction sign. So, again, kagaya sa sinabi ko kanina, if tayo ay mag-round down, just copy all the remaining numbers sa left part ng place value and yun na yung magiging sagot niya. So, in this case, we have the remaining numbers 6.2 and number 4. So, hindi na natin sila gagalawin as is na yun siya. Okay, so for the final answer, we have 6.24. So, let's check if our answer is correct. Okay, so that's all for the examples that given. So I hope you learned something. So you did great and see you next time. So if you have any questions, clarifications, just leave it to the comment section and I will answer it one by one. So I hope you learned something and You will learn again something new from Teacher Rose Knight. Thank you so much.
Good day, everyone. Today we're going to learn how to multiply decimals. It's just like multiplying whole numbers, but with a little twist. But don't worry, we'll take it step by step and have fun along the way. So let's get started. So multiplication of decimals. Next, here's the objectives. Multiply decimals and mixed decimals with factors up to 2 decimal places. Multiply mentally decimals up to 2 decimal places by 0.1, 0.01, and 10, and 100. Next, solve routine and non-routine problems involving multiplication of decimals, including money using appropriate problem solving strategies and tools. So, lahat ng binasa ni teacher is mapag-aaralin natin siya hanggang sa pagtapos ng ating lesson. So, naintindihan po ba? Okay, so next. So, I have a question here first. So, Danilo is twice as heavy as Claude. If Claude weighs 9.75 kilogram, then what is the weight of Danilo? Okay. So, meron diyang short explanation si teacher para mas lalo niyo pa siyang maintindihan. Okay? So, eto na nga. The word thrice in the problem above is used to signify three times or multiplication by 3. It means that since Cloud is 9.75 kilogram heavy, then the weight of Danilo is 9.75 times 3. So, di ba nga the word thrice, ano nga ba sa number ang thrice? So, sinabi na dito is 3. So, para makuha natin kung ano nga ba yung weight ni Danilo is kailangan nating isolve yung dalawang to, ang 9.75 times 3. So, paano nga ba natin masasolve ang equation na to? So, meron tayo itong mga step by step para masolve natin siya ng maayos and makuha natin kung ano nga ba yung sagot sa hinahanap natin or sa question na meron tayo. So, ito na nga. Ito na yung mga step na meron tayo. So, step 1, line up the numbers on top of each other above the multiplication bar. Step 2, multiply the numbers as you usually would in ordinary multiplication. Just ignore the decimal point first. Next, step 3, count up all the decimal places or the number of digits that are located at the right side of the decimal points of the factor. So, naiintindihan niyo ba class lahat ng step na binasa ni teacher? Okay, so lahat yan is gagawin natin. So, ito na nga. So, meron na nga ditong equation na isa-solve. So, di ba ang step 1 natin is, ang sabi dito, line up the numbers on top of each other above the multiplication bar. So, ito na nga yung tinutukoy dyan. So, di ba, magkatapat naman ang multiplication bar sa number natin. So, ayan, naka-line up na siya ng maayos. And then, ang step 2 naman is isa-solve na natin siya ng parang ordinary whole numbers. So, wag muna natin papansinin ang decimal point. Class, okay? So, ito na nga. 5 times 3 is 15. Very good. So, ayusin lang ni teacher. 15. Carry 1. 7 times 3, 21 plus 1, 22. So, 22. Ay, sorry class. Ulitin na lang ng teacher. So, 22. So, carry 2 siya. So, 9 times 3 is 27 plus 2 is 29. So, ayan na nga. So, nakuha na natin yung sagot, class. So, ano nga ba yung nakalagay sa step 3 natin? So, step 3 is balikan natin ang mga step na meron tayo. So, count up all the decimal places or the number of digits that are located at the right side of the decimal points of the factor. So, ito na nga. So, bibilangan na natin yung decimal na meron tayo sa equation na meron tayo. So, di ba dito, meron tayong from right to left. Magbibilang tayo, class. Okay? So, sabay-sabay tayo magbilang. So, 1, 2. So, mag-stop tayo dito sa decimal point ng equation natin. So, yan. So, meron tayong dalawa. So, ganun lang din ang gagawin natin dito sa sagot na nakuha natin. So, 1, 2. So, nag-stop siya dito sa harap ng 2. So, ayan na. Di ba? Meron na. So, ito na nga yun. Ito na nga yung nakuha nating sagot. So, 2,925. And then, nag-count tayo from right to left and then nakuha natin ang 29.25. So, ang magiging sagot natin dyan is, yun na nga, 29.25. The product of 9.75 and 3 is 29.25. Therefore, Danilo weighs 29.25. So, naintindihan niyo ba, class? So, ganun lang natin siya kadali isa-solve. Okay, next slide. So, ito, meron pa akong example para sa inyo. 0.238 and 0.35. So, isa-solve din natin yan, class. Ito. 0.238. Wait lang. So, pwede naman natin siya ilagay na lang dito na 0.238 and then space 0.35. So, ganyan na lang natin siya isolve para hindi tayo mahirapan. And then, palaki na lang natin siya. Wait lang. And then, palalakihin na lang natin siya, class. Wait nga, ulitin na lang natin. So, anong ulit yun? 0.238 and then 0.35. Hindi pala siya napapalaki, guys. Class. Okay, so dito natin siya isa-solve through pen. So, ayan na. Magsusolve na tayo, class. Paliitin muna natin siya. So, ayan. So, 8 times 5 is 40. So, 0. 4 dito sa taas. So, 3 times 5, 15 plus 4 is 19. And 1. 2 times 5, 10 plus 1 is 11. So, ito. So, 0 times 5 class. So, 0, diba? So, i-bring down na lang natin tong 1. Next is 8 times 3 is 24. So, 3 times 3, 9 plus 2 is 11. Very good. Then, 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1 is 7. Then, 3 times 0 is 0. And then, bring down all the number because 0 na lang siya. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then, dito na tayo mag-addition. So, 0 and 9 plus 4 is 13. And then 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. 7 plus 1 is 8. And then bring down 0, 0. Okay, so sa nakikita nyo, class, ilan nga ang meron tayong decimal place? So, bilangin natin siya from right to left. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, meron tayong 5 decimal places. So, ito. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, dito tayo mag-i-stop sa 0. So, ang sagot natin yan is 0.08330. So, ito na ang magiging final answer natin dyan, class. So, tignan natin kung tama nga ba si teacher. Okay? So, tama nga ba ang nakuha sagot ni teacher? 0.08330. So, the product of 0.238 and 0.35 is 0.0833. So, pwede rin natin tanggalin itong or i-cancel out itong dulo sa 0 para maging 0.0833 na lang siya. So, naiintindihan po ba, class? Okay, thank you. So, meron pa tayo dito maraming examples na pwede nyo pang matutunan. So, ito. Let's proceed. So, ito. So, pwede natin sagutan dyan yung hanggang dalawang example na lang kasi sobrang haba niya, di ba? And ipapakita na lang ni teacher yung sagot dyan sa inyo. Okay, so ito. So, number 1 is, wait lang, is 56.25 and 12.4. So, ito. So, ito ang isasolve natin, class. Okay, so let's start. So, 5 times 4 is 20. 4 times 2, 8 plus 2 is 10. 6 times 4 is 24 plus 1 is 25. And 5 times 4 again is 20 plus 2, 22. And 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 2, 4 plus 1 is 5. 2 times 6 is 12. Very good. And 5 times 2 is 10 plus 1 is 11. And then, copy na lang natin tong nasa first number natin. Kasi 1 na lang naman siya, di ba? Di ba ang ginagawa sa 1, pag may nagmumultiply tayo sa 1, is kinakopy na lang natin siya. Kasi ganun din naman yung kakalabasan ng sagot natin. So, 5, 2, and 6, 5. So, 0, 0, 5 plus 5, 10 plus 5 is 15. And carry 1 is 2 plus 2, 4 plus 2, 6 plus 1 is 7. 2 plus 1 is 3 plus 6 is 9. And 5 plus 1 is 6. So, ito ang sagot natin. So, hanapin pala natin muna yung decimal places na meron tayo. So, dito na lang tayo magbibilang. So, from right to left. So, 1, 2, and 3. So, meron tayong 3 decimal places. So, hahanapin natin siya dito sa nakuha nating sagot. So, from right to left again. So, 1, 2, 3. So, dito siya. So, ang final answer natin is 697.500 or 0.5 kasi pwede natin i-cancel out itong dalawang zero. So, ito ang final answer natin sa number 1. Okay, so, tignan natin kung tama si teacher sa number 1. Papakita sa inyo ni teacher. So, tama si teacher, 697.5. So, next naman is ipapakita ko sa inyo kung paano natin isa-solve yung number 2. Kasi medyo madami siya, di ba? Medyo mahaba yung equation niya. So, dito ulit is 12.230, ay, 234 and 8.6. 67. And then, ang gagawin natin is papantayin lang natin siya dito. Yan. So, pwede na tayo mag-solve ulit, class. Ayan. So, medyo mahaba siya, di ba? Medyo mahirap siya. So, first is 7 times 4 is 28. Very good, class. So, 3 times 7, 21 plus 2, 23. And 2 times 7 is 14 plus 2, 16. 7 times 2, 14 plus 1, 15. And 7 times 1, 7 plus 1 is 8. And 6 times 4, 24. Very good. And 6 times 3, 18 plus 2, 20. And 6 times 2, 12 plus 2, 14. And 6 times 2 again, 12 plus 1, 13. 6 times 1 plus 1, 7. Okay, and 8 times 4, 32. 2 and 33. And 8 times 3, 24. Plus 3, 27. So, dito siya. And 8 times 2, 16. Plus 2, 18. So, again, 8 times 2, 16 plus 1, 17. And 8 times 1 plus 1 is 9. So, di ba medyo mahaba siya, class? So, pag-add natin sila ulit. So, bring down 8. 3 plus 4, 7. 6 plus 2, 8. And 5 plus 4 is 9 plus 7 is 16. And 8 plus 3, 11 plus 1, 12 plus 8 is 20. And 2. 7 plus 7, 14 plus 2, 16. And 9 plus 1 is 10. Okay, so yan na. Nakuha na natin yung final answer natin ulit. So, ang gagawin natin is, nahanapin na kung ilan ang decimal places. So, from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, ilan ang decimal places na meron tayo, class? 5. Very good. So, hanapin na dito yung 5. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, dito siya mag-stop. So, ang final answer natin is 106.06878. So, ito ang ating final answer. So, tignan nga natin kung tama si teacher. Tignan natin. So, tama si teacher. So, ito siya. 106.06 and 878. So, tamang final answer natin. So, sa number 3 naman, ito ang magiging final answer niya sa 5.625 times 0.25 is equals to 1.40625. So, nagagets na po ba, class? Okay. So, thank you so much for the response. So, we're going to proceed na. So, kung naintindihan nyo na, magpo-proceed na tayo dito sa factors and products. So, now, look at the factors and the corresponding products if you can see a pattern. The zeros at the right, though may be dropped, were retained for the pattern to be noticed clearly. So, eto, nakikita nyo tong, ano na to, di ba, factors na 1,000 times 0.1 is equals to 100.0. And 1,000 times 0.01 is equals to 10.00. And 1,000 times 0.001 is equals to 1.00. And 1,000 times 0.0001 is equals to 0.1000. And 1,000 times 0.00001 is equals to 0.01000. Okay, so parang, ang sinabi nga dito, di ba, is pattern lang. So, kung dito is ang 1 nasa right lahat, and dito naman sa product is napupunta siya from right to left, di ba? Ayan na siya. Dito na siya sa unahan. So, ganun lang naman. I-multiply lang natin sila by 1,000 para makuha natin itong product na hinahanap natin. So, nagagets po ba? Okay. So, next, to multiply a number by a power of 10 which is less than 1, simply copy the number. It's just like multiplying it by one identity, property of multiplication. Then have the same number of decimal places in the product as in the power of 10 factor. The shortcut is move the decimal point in the product to the left as many places as the number of decimal places in the power of 10 factor. So, kagaya nga kanina nung kung paano magsagot si teacher, ganun lang din ang gagawin natin, di ba? So, eto na lang. May example na lang dito is 1,000 times 0.1. So, ano nga ang sagot ulit? So, 100.0. So, paano siya naging 100.0? Di ba ang sabi dito is the move the decimal point in the product to the left as many places as the number of decimal places. So, ilan nga ba ang merong decimal places sa 0.1? Isa lang, di ba? Tama. So, isang beses lang tayo mag-move ng decimal place. So, kagaya ng dito sa example ni teacher is, meron lang siyang one decimal place and ang nakalagay dito is move one decimal place to the left. So, ayan lang ang gagawin natin. Okay, so class, wala na ba kayong tanong? Any clarification? Okay, so kung wala na, dito na po nagtatapos ang lesson ni teacher. So, I hope you learned something from us. So, goodbye class. So, thank you so much. So, just remember, like, now you know how to multiply decimals just like a whole numbers. Just remember to count those decimal places. Keep practicing and you'll be a decimal expert in no time. See you next time, class, for more math fun. Goodbye. Have a nice day.